Some time ago I did a video on this monster, the beast of the KTM, the 1290 Super Duke R, where I did not recommend the bike. This is a 2023 version. Are there any changes in this bike? Let's have a look. I have said this in the past and I'm saying it again. I do not recommend this beast, this monster. Before going ahead, let us look under the hood and do the numbers. It is the 1301cc liquid-cooled transverse 75 degrees V-twin engine with 4 valves per cylinder and a double overhead cam delivering 180 bhp at the crank and 140 Nm of torque or 103 foot-pounds. It weighs in at 196 kilos wet. That is nearly 3 kilos shaved off compared to the last year, or 431 pounds, which is 6.5 pounds less. You get a phenomenal acceleration of 0 to 100 in under 3 seconds, and you do not need to change gears for that. And if you can manage to keep the front wheel on the road. The acceleration has been improved even further by adding a quick action throttle, resulting in a further reduction of throttle twist. The motorcycle hits a true top speed of over 275 km an hour or over 170 miles an hour. We have talked about the twin spark ignition that optimizes fuel consumption and fuel efficiency. Fuel tank capacity is at 16 liters or 4.2 US gallons, and you have a range of about 260 kilometers or 160 miles depending on your riding style. The air-to-fuel mixture has been improved to give better torque and fuel efficiency. The KTM has used thinner engine casings to reduce weight by 800 grams or 1.7 pounds. The Super Duke comes with a 6-speed gearbox. Some changes have been made in the gearbox to reduce gear shift times with a shorter and lighter shift action. This means the beast shifts faster and accelerates even quicker. More reason to not recommend this motorcycle. Oh, the gear pattern can be adjusted and reversed to a MotoGP pattern of 1 up and 5 down for the track. The clutch is feather light and it is a slipper clutch to prevent the locking of the rear wheel during aggressive downshifts. Let us talk about the suspension. The Super Duke R came last year with an industry-leading semi-active suspension, the SAT. This year it features newly developed electronically controlled magnetic valves for variable damping, providing a wide range of adjustability from use on the street to the stiffness required on track. The KTM Super Duke R comes with the renowned WP Apex front fork, where damping is done by using pulse width modulation stroke sensors, which offer finer and more responsive stroke signals and a faster responding semi-active technology valve, resulting in seamless suspension adjustment. The rear suspension also uses semi-active sensors to recognize the load on the motorcycle and adjusting the preload automatically for a perfect sag. There are 3 modes to adjust preload: low, standard or high. You can also adjust this manually from 0 to 100% in increments of 10% via the TFT screen. All suspension settings can be dialed in through the TFT screen. The Super Duke also comes with a hidden steering damper for the rare tank slapper that you may experience. Brakes are the same high quality 4-piston Brembos on 320mm front double disc and a twin piston caliper on a rear 240mm disc. These are some of the best brakes on a production motorcycle. The chromium molybdenum trellis frame is another area where the KTM Super Duke R has lost a lot of weight. It has got thicker diameter tubes with thinner walls, reducing 2 kilos or 4.4 pounds and making it 3 times stiffer than the previous model a year ago. This stiffness improves handling dynamics and the motorcycle sticks to the corners better. That split headlight that you see is the typical KTM Super Duke ram air intake, which directs air straight into a new air intake and airbox and air filter for super efficient fuel burning. This new air filter is much easier to disassemble and service compared to the previous iteration. Talking about electronics, the KTM Super Duke comes with a bunch of rider aids that are state of the art. There is a 6-axis inertial measurement unit that is connected to the ECU. The motorcycle comes with 3 rider modes: rain mode that is set with the highest traction control and keeping the front wheel down, street mode that gives full power but with limited slip traction control, and sport mode that has quick throttle response, reduced traction control and allows the front end to lift under hard acceleration. Then you have the optional track mode, wherein you can customize the level of wheel slip and traction control to your own individual requirements. You can also completely disable the anti-wheelie function. The MTC or the traction control works with a wheel slip controller and a pitch angle controller. Each controller works individually to ensure a safety net for the rider, giving the right amount of rear wheel spin and traction braking and controlling the front end lift to get the best acceleration possible on a straight line. It also works with the IMU to get lean angle traction control and traction brake when the rotational speed of the rear wheel is disproportionate to the riding situation. Of course, the MTC can be completely switched off for the experienced rider. For long highway journeys, the KTM Super Duke R comes with a cruise control. You can switch on cruise control in all gears starting at 3rd all the way till the 6th. And cruise control can be set from 40 km an hour or 25 miles an hour all the way till 200 km an hour or 125 miles an hour. This is a wild motorcycle. There are people who say that any bike can be a beginner motorcycle. I'm not so sure about that statement. Someone commented on my last Super Duke video, the scarier, the better. That holds true for seasoned and experienced riders, not for an utter novice who barely knows how to release the clutch. This motorcycle can legit run away from you, and there are few people who can actually ride it to its full potential. Can I really recommend this motorcycle? This is not a toy for beginners. Even experts have to be careful. And as of today, I still do not recommend this bike to someone who's a non-seasoned rider. Definitely not for beginners. What do you think? Would you ride this bike? Would you want to buy this bike? I'd like to know your comments in the comment section down below, and I'll be replying to your comments. And I'll be seeing you in the next one. Until then, ride safe.